What a good day to you. This is Chuck Cameron from the amazing Oxford Community Television at the Oxford Main Fire Hall on beautiful M24, where there's all kinds of displays, and frankly, today it's their open house. So there's lots of things going on today. If you can't get down here today, watch for the open house next year, because these people make you feel at home, and there's some amazing equipment out in the front yard. So stay tuned. You're going to like this day. So tell us about what's going on here today. Why the event and what all is happening?
So today is, well, I guess we'll first start out by October is Fire Prevention Month in the state of Michigan. And I know their big push this year for Fire Prevention Month is, and we'll get this a little in there, is lithium-ion batteries and how dangerous they can be. They start a lot of fires. Actually, a lot of fires are, that's the reason they're started these days. And really, it's mostly done, or the most of the dangerous part is when those batteries are charging.
Okay.
So it's recommended, like any kind of large batteries, if you have a scooter, some kind of power tool batteries, to charge those outside or like in a garage, not necessarily in your home, and make sure you're always home when those are. Make sure you're always awake and home when those are charging. So if you have an issue, it doesn't get further ahead. But today we're out. Celebrating Fire Prevention Month. We're having our open house. We're here from 11 to 3. We're going to have a helicopter here just before noon today. We have a whole bunch of stuff you can come see. We have the smoke trailer. We have our new training tower you can come check out. All of our new trucks. We did just purchase a new engine. It's here. Our new ambulance is here. There's some face painting. Yep. Come out and get a hot dog.
Yep, excellent. So a really good reason to remember this. If you're not here today, remember it for next year, right?
Absolutely.
Will it always be sometime in October?
It's usually the beginning of October, usually the first 2 weeks, and it's usually on Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, well, it's a pretty good practical time.
For sure, absolutely.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
That's quite a day.
Yep.
All right. I'm here with Kara and an unnamed partner of hers who might be Patrick. So Kara, what are you doing here and why did you come?
We are here because our 3-year-old is obsessed with fire trucks and firemen. So we are checking it out for a potential career option.
It's a good career opportunity. Has he been in the trucks?
Oh, yes. And he's put out a fire.
Did he put out a fire? That is so cool. Well, I hope he's a successful firefighter.
Thank you. Me too.
Well, thanks for coming, and thanks for letting us pick your brain.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. I'm sitting here talking to two amazing people who are here at the Oxford Fire Hall Open House. What brings you here, and is little guy having fun?
We are here because we saw it on Facebook, and he's obsessed with fire trucks. He plays them every day in the car, at home. So we brought him here, and he is having the best time. He's tired now, but he's been having the best time.
I get that way, too, when I'm tired. Like, I just want to take a nap, right? How old is he?
He's 16 months.
Whoa, 16 months. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope he's having a good day. And are you having a good day?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful day. I love stuff like this. It's so nice.
Did you get to sit in a truck or go in a truck?
Oh, yes. He went in a truck, an ambulance, and we got to put on a fire helmet.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Did you get to put out a fire?
Oh, yes. He put out a fire, too.
Oh, this is so cool. Well, are you having fun, huh? Good?
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. I have two young ladies here. Do you have a first name?
Elena.
Elena with an Helena?
Alayna.
Alayna. And I have another name. What's your first name?
I'm Olivia.
Oh, these are great names. Okay, I have two girls here who have amazing names. Why are you at the fire station open house? We'll start with you.
So I guess we just wanted to come to have fun.
Sure. And get some chow food?
Yeah.
Okay. And why are you here?
Me, my mom, and my brother, and I had a friend over, so we all wanted to come over, just hang out.
That's a pretty good reason, I think. And get some chow.
Yeah.
All right. Are you having fun so far?
Yes.
Aren't these trucks amazing?
Yes.
Do you want to be a firefighter when you grow up? Maybe.
I want to be an FBI agent.
FBI, which is FBI it starts with F, like firefighter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you.
I want to work at a doctor's office.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, girls.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
That looks great, buddy.
What are you doing here, other than being a giraffe?
I am serving hot dogs, chips, and cookies, water and lemonade, and yeah, that's it.
And who is this amazing young man behind you?
This is my son, Caleb.
Hey, Caleb, how you doing? That, by the way, is a very good name.
Thank you.
Have you always been Caleb?
Yeah.
Stay with it. It's a good name. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is an amazing structure. What is it that we're standing in front of, and why did the fire operations here build this?
So this is our new training tower. It's a 3-story tower that can be built into mazes, really to train firemen how to attack fire, how to go into buildings that are on fire. This building doesn't have a live fire component, but we do fill it with fake smoke. So it's really for training firemen how to be firemen, because we just don't fight as many fires as we used to. So we really need to. The less you do it, the worse you get at it. So if we needed a building that we could keep up our skills.
That whole muscle memory.
Absolutely.
So, BJ, what's a fire marshal do? What are the roles, responsibilities? It's a word we've heard, but I'm confident we don't have a clue. You were explaining to me you've got a lot of hats.
For sure. So being a fire marshal, we are still involved in Oxford because it's a small community. We're still involved with the EMS and the suppression side of things, but our primary job is going to be fire prevention. So we're in charge of all PR events. We inspect every commercial building in Oxford. Any new building being built, we're heavily involved in the building process to make sure that the fire suppression system is being put in the buildings it's supposed to be put in, fire alarms are working properly, and those fire suppression systems are maintained. And other than that, every other building, we just go in, make sure all egresses are readily available, and all of those buildings fire components are working. Beyond that, we do a lot of community outreach. We are in charge of all PR events. This is our busiest month. We try to get see every kindergarten through first grade class, and a lot of preschool classes. I think they have 16 tours planned for. I think the kindergartners are actually coming to the building. So we do kind of a thing for them. Beyond that, we install a lot of smoke alarms. We do have a smoke alarm program here that's kind of sponsored through the state. If people are in need of smoke alarms are only good for 10 years. So we have a program too that we offer to go help people that can't get smoke alarms, and even the elderly who can't replace their smoke alarms, can't get up on ladders. Not all smoke alarms are created equal. We don't offer all the smoke alarms, but if you have a newer construction and you're willing to purchase those, we do offer services to come out and help you install them.
Excellent.
And so forth.
If someone had a question or thought or maybe a need for something that he or she has heard you talk about, how would they get connected with you? How do they find out more about what it is you do, and maybe if you could help them solve a problem they have?
So the easiest way to get all of that information is going to be going to our website at www.oxfordfiredept.com. There you'll have access, and it really gives you a rundown of who is on our suppression side of the fire department, what they do, gives you some information about our stations and our trucks. And then there's also going to be a section for fire prevention, where you'll be able to fill out forms for, like I said, the roper box, smoke alarm program. We also do have, I didn't mention before, a car seat program where we help make sure that people are securing their car seats in their cars properly. There's also another aspect to the website. There's an EMS portion where I think there's spots to sign up for CPR classes and so forth.
Yeah, we took that CPR class. It's a very effective and it's a very important tool to be able to maybe save a life someday when you'd never expect to have the opportunity.
Absolutely, for sure.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and I hope you have no need to be doing anything but routine inspections forever and ever. Amen.
Absolutely, thank you. All right, sir.
Well, this is Chuck. We're on the way out of the smokehouse. They're learning how to be careful when fire is around and smoke is around. Till next time, do what you're told. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.
I joined the Legion about 17 years ago after I kind of retired and had more time to spend. And basically, I gave up on organizations like this when I first got out. My father-in-law was a World War II veteran, and he was a member of the VFW. And he kept on bugging me, you got to join the VFW, you got to join the VFW. So finally I gave in, I went in, and the commander there says, sorry son, you can't join here. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, at this point in time, they do not recognize Vietnam as a war. It was still a conflict. So the VFW is Veterans of Foreign Wars. Vietnam was not a foreign war at that time, it was a conflict. So I was not allowed to join, and I got a bad attitude, and I said, you know, no more veterans groups. And I came in here for a fish fry shortly after I retired, and I probably had a couple beers, and somebody says, man, we want you to join. We really want you to join. So I gave in, and I've been here about 16 years. I've served 5 years as a post commander, and now right now I'm the post adjutant, which is basically a glorified secretary. I do, minutes and take care of paperwork, and I take care of all the membership and all the membership cards. And then just recently, in the last couple of years, we've gotten a lot of transfers, and we've gotten a lot of new members. So yes, we're up to probably about 260 members now. So you figure 260 members, and then we have the Sons of the Legion, which there's probably about 225 of them. Then we also have the American Legion Auxiliary, which there's another couple hundred there. So this organization is well over 700 people.
Okay. And what happens today at the Veterans Day lunch? What's that all about?
Well, it's kind of our post way of giving back to all the veterans. And we know that there's a lot more veterans in our community that are not members. So this is our way of showing them thank you for their service, and and being part of a good group. And hopefully we will get some recruits.
Paralyzed Veterans of America has taught veterans like myself that they can be unstoppable.
It proves to me that there's nothing that can't be overcome.
We are unstoppable.
All right, well, good morning. Thank you all for joining us today. We're gathered here to celebrate the unveiling of Oxford Township's 4th historical marker this year. Program was launched in January, and we're at number 4, and this will be the last one of 2025. But we already have full funding for 2 more to kick off 2026, and partial funding for another 2. So we know there's at least 4 more coming next year. This one, however, this marker celebrates the life and achievements of Marvin E. Coyle. He's the General Motors executive who led and shaped the Chevrolet division through the Great Depression and World War II. He was born on a Pennsylvania farm in 1887. He was a quiet and modest man with a head for numbers and a reputation for speaking plainly. He was nicknamed Mr. Facts and Figures. Coyle, an accountant, he began his career with General Motors in 1911. By 1937, he was a director of GM and a corporate vice president. Fortune magazine quoted Coyle in 1939 as saying this, and I love this quote. He says, "There's no such thing as brilliance in the auto business. It's merely a matter of luck and avoiding blunders. If I'm not right more than half the time, I'm not worth a dime." Coyle was general manager of the Chevrolet division from 1933 to 1946. Millions of Chevrolets were built and sold under his leadership until the United States entered World War II and the auto industry shifted gears and began manufacturing war materials. At Chevrolet, Coyle oversaw the transition to wartime production and the return to peace and prosperity after the Axis powers were defeated. The reason this historical marker has been placed on this property is because this was once part of Lakeview Manor, a sprawling and picturesque estate that was owned by Coyle. It was front page news in October 1936 when the Oxford Leader reported that Coyle had purchased Arbu Farm, the Grand Country estate on West Drahner Road that was previously owned by Arthur H. Buell, one of Detroit's leading industrialists. Coyle used his estate for business and pleasure. In July of 1941, more than 200 Chevrolet officials, employees, and salesmen visited Lakeview for their annual get-together. The Oxford Leader described the elaborate scene, and I love this description too. The scene of the gathering was on the banks of the Coyle Private Lake, where everyone could enjoy trap shooting, diving, and swimming to the strains of a 52-piece orchestra. The engineer from General Motors had been working for several months to complete the beautiful lighting effect, which looked exactly like an autumn setting. A large fountain in the middle of the lake compared in beauty to the famous Cascades at Jackson, Michigan. A benevolent man, Coyle shared his estate's beauty and bounty with the community. Oxford Garden Club members were treated to tours of the state's lush grounds. Proceeds from the sale of apples and grapes grown in his orchard and vineyard were donated to the Oxford Public Library. Lakeview Manor remained in Coyle's hands until January of 1948 when he sold it to the Dominican sisters. The 125-seat chapel, which still sits on this property, that served the sisters for many years following its dedication in 1954, was built because of a generous donation from Mr. Coyle. Coyle left Chevrolet in 1946 when he was promoted to GM Executive Vice President. He held that post until his retirement in 1951. Coyle passed away in California in 1961 at the age of 73. And now, thanks to the generosity of Ed and Joan Krozik, Oxford residents, we now have a historical marker that tells everyone who Marvin Coyle was, what he did, and why he's important to Oxford. When I started this program earlier this year, Ed Krozik was among the first people to call me and offer to fund a marker. He chose Mr. Coyle because many of his family members worked for General Motors, and he thought it was a fitting tribute to them. Now I'd like to ask Ed to come on up here and say a few words.
I don't have a script, so I don't know.
You're good.
Yeah, so I personally didn't work for the automotive industry, but I think everybody can recognize that the auto industry is important for this area. You know, for people moved, my grandparents moved to this area because of the auto industry of Southeast Michigan. So that was part of it. But kind of on a personal note, I remember as a kid, I walked through this field behind our subdivision to get to my elementary school, and a year later they tore down the farmhouse that was on that property, and they put up a historical marker. And unbeknownst to me, the field used to be a neo-Indian hunting ground. So it was about like 9,000 BC. So they came through and they found all kinds of artifacts and stuff. And the historical marker was kind of interesting because if it wasn't for that marker, I wouldn't have known by that, looking at the field, what was there. So that kind of stuck with me over the years. And by the way, I never walked through that field again. But so that was kind of something that stuck with me as a kid. Now, interesting enough, they built a junior high school on that property, and I did my student teaching there and became a teacher for Utica schools for 30 years. So it's kind of weird how things work out. But it's fitting that this is on school property here, because I'm kind of hoping that maybe some kids play in the field here, or I know it's probably older kids that are here, but still, they might be able to read this and find out a little bit about local history. Because the problem is that we hear so much about national history, but we never really get into our localities and what happened here and the people that used to live here. So I think that's why this program is important, to be able to tell those stories, because I think they do need to be told. So,
thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate it.
I kept it under 5 minutes, like you said.
I said talk as long as you want. Well, I want to extend my sincere gratitude also to the Edward C. Levy Company for donating this beautiful boulder on which the plaque is mounted. Back in January, when I told Levy Director Ruben Maxbauer about the program, he immediately offered the company's support. Whenever Oxford needs something, Levy's there to help. We deeply appreciate Levy's partnership and Levy's generosity. I want to thank Saradan Construction, an Oxford-based company, for donating the equipment and the manpower to move and place this magnificent rock. And I want to thank our hard-working Oxford Township Parks and Recreation crew, which will be mounting the plaque permanently on the boulder. I also want to thank Oxford Township Supervisor Jack Curtis for supporting the project. Jack has always given me the freedom I need to be creative and the tools I need to get projects like this done. So Jack, if you'd like to come up and say a few words.
Yeah, Jack. Well, number 4. And what, 4 more planned?
4 more, at least 4 more.
As we transition to the future, urban sprawl will be coming. Whether you like it or not, we're going to be growing. But what we can't do is forget about the past, the people that formed our community and what they brought here and what it now means. These boulders will live in infamy in the areas that they're put, meaning this guy was the heart of Oxford. The Otis out at Koenig Pit, that built Oxford. These people built Oxford, and as long as these boulders will be here, we got to thank CJ for remembering the history of Oxford and what made us what we are today. Because we are going to move forward whether we like it or not, but we do have to remember the past, and he's done a fine job doing that forever.
Thanks, Jack. Get to the last part here. Hold on, got to flip the page. So, well, I'd like to conclude today. I have a special treat for everyone. I've been doing giveaways at the end of every boulder unveiling.
Are we getting a Corvette?
No, we're not getting a Corvette, but you are getting toy cars. So they're not all GM models, so sorry, Mr. Coyle. But they will provide hours of fun for your kids and your grandkids. Or, you can feel free to play with them yourselves when nobody's watching. You're never too old to treat your inner child to a new toy. So thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you, CJ.
Vanna, you can pass up the car.
I have
I am so thrilled to meet you. I really am. And Chris told me that you were interested in sponsoring the boulder, and then he told me your history. That's wonderful. So you personally didn't work for the auto companies, but your families did.
Sure, my dad worked for General Motors, and my both grandfathers did too, and then various uncles and aunts worked for the big three. So, the auto industry was important for bringing people out to Michigan for sure. And that's how all of us kind of got settled in the area. I used to live in the Troy area, but I moved to Oxford about 25 years ago, and I brought my mom 15 years later. So she retired and she decided to come out here, and we love it out here. It's just so nice and peaceful.
Well, people tend to forget out here that the auto industry was huge out here too. And in a different way. It wasn't the plants, but it was the property and people having homes out here and such. Sure. And it is part of the tapestry of our community, really. So having this boulder here and the story, wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. And they're doing a great job of these. They look so good, and they're so professionally done. And it should be here for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and historical markers are important, just for us to know about our local history. So, which a lot of times is. It's fitting this is on the school property because, they won't teach this in the school books, but, certainly kids need to know about what other things that go on, especially in their own community.
Spoken like a true teacher.
No, I didn't teach history. I taught science, but still, yeah.
Still, it's all important.
Right.
But you're right. It is important that these things be remembered, and I'm so proud of the program that Chris has put together. And we've got 4 boulders in the ground already this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
good.
So, and it's, it's his drive.
Good.
So, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I'm all set. I'm very proud of this.
Yeah,
I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, really well done.
Gentlemen, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you attending this event. We're very lucky to have you. And on behalf of Tractor Supply, we would like to present you with this $500 check. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Thank you very much. So on behalf of the American Legion Post 108 and our veteran members, I'd like to take this time to thank David and all the employees here at TSC for their generosity and sponsorship for National Hometown Heroes. TSC has marked National Hometown Hero Day with in-store events at more than 2,300 locations nationwide. November 1st, Hometown Heroes Day event runs from October 28th through November 11th, which is Veterans Day. In addition to TSC's generous donations, TSC will offer a 10% discount to all military, veterans, first responders on National First Responders Day. We appreciate David's and local TSC stores employees for their generosity and for recognizing our first responders and veterans. Thank you again, David.
Thank you, gentlemen.